Same God, same colors and movements and people going where people went, loving people who have been loved before them, feeling people who have been felt before them, and God becomes a dusty metaphor in some church somewhere where some have gone in and some go still and wish more people would go with them. So they stand on street corners next to cracked out beggars handing out pamphlets and beg for more community.
The Youth Poet Laureate is a position where we choose one youth poet who's 24 years or younger, and they become the official city poet for the year, and they bring youth voice and youth experience into the council chambers, into council meetings, and into public events across the city. And it's really a great opportunity to highlight a young, talented poet and allow them to engage their peers and create poetry throughout the city.
Thanks so much for this position. I'm really excited to take on this year and see the difference that I can make in this city, which I love very much. I was super excited. I had been wanting to get the position for a couple years. I had known like all the past Youth Poet Laureates. It just seemed like the next step for me.
I've watched her really become a leader within the poetry movement in the city already, and making change for young people in our city, and I know that given this platform, she'll do very well.
As community walks by, heads tilted, silent, screaming for more mercy, and there are cars and horses and protesters who are just people begging for their earth back. And I'm begging for quiet, because I want to feel this. I want to be part of it. I will read their pamphlets if they listen to my tactics, and I'll do a line with the guy whose whole life is now in lines and fraying at both ends. I started writing music from a really young age, and so I played instruments and wrote my own songs, and then from that I just was a really keen interest, mostly just on the lyrics. I got a little bit of a glimpse of inspiration and then be in a really calm state and then be able to see what comes out. I never know what I'm going to write about, and then see what comes out, and then from there I can just kind of tweak it and figure out what I mean. And I get more of an idea of what I'm writing about as I'm writing, so it kind of takes form from there.
There's spoken word clubs where they perform for each other at lunchtime. It really has become a younger scene where more and more youth are participating, and that's the same in cities across North America and around the world.
Got involved in the spoken word community in Victoria and got on the 2015 Vic Slam team. And since then I've just been kind of looking for the new step and new ways of self-expression and taking the reins for myself.
Storytelling is powerful, and it's a way to share experiences and really connect with each other.
How hollow these eyelids, how desperate these burstings want their earth back, or want you to want their God, or a pipe, or to love like they love. Spoken word is a big thing because it's just a way to talk about a lot of issues that are happening right now. It's a way to get up and release everything you need to say. When there isn't a lot of art forms that allow you to be so blatant about it. This last river needs saving. This last church door's paint is chafing. The last heroin dealer is fading, but we wake, we are waking, and while I was blinking, it's a new year, but same God, it's a new year, but same dosage, and I fell in love again. Right now, rap is definitely a big one, so the rhythm is definitely more rap and beat poetry, but rhythm poetry has been around for a while, and it's just inspired by what's going on, so definitely rap is a kind of poetry and is the inspiration for the scene right now. He said I was the glue on the bottom of his shoe as he stood on sunny street corners.
Victoria was the first city in Canada to have a Youth Poet Laureate. It's now our 4th year, giving young people a platform to speak about the issues and ideas that are most important to them.
I just want to dedicate myself as much to the city as I can. I do want to put on some of my own events, definitely working with homeless youth and with schools. Just trying to bring poetry into places where I don't feel like it's really had the chance to thrive yet. With our poetry continually flowing through every tack hole, every misspoken word, every time a mother's tear burns like acid through my arm, I remember we are young, coming from wombs made with sweetgrass and traveler stamps. We are born smelling of growth. It's okay if you go.